What's going on, guys? It's Chris,
Ryan,
and it's SVT Garage. You guys are, if you're tuned in, you're watching, we appreciate it. Pod 2, third take. First one, it was an absolute train wreck.
Yeah.
We shot an entire 45-minute video, and obviously we go back and look it over, and it was just not what
good.
we thought was quality enough to be putting out for you guys to take your time and watch. So we trashed it. So apologize for this not being on Sunday. It's a little later in the week. And I think we filmed that, Friday or Saturday?
Yeah.
For Sunday, but it just wasn't there. So
yeah,
we did it. We want you guys to come back to our channel and engage with us, and it'd be worth your time. So here we are, Pod 2.
Yep.
And today's topic is probably going to be a heated discussion, for sure.
Yeah.
We understand that, but we just want to say from the get-go, we are a fan of all Mustangs.
Yeah.
And platforms.
Car guys,
but starting and ending with that, we'll get right into it. Today's topic, the Terminator versus the Coyote. Probably one of the most heated debates in the Mustang / recent times because of the notoriety of both platforms. The Cobra being what it is, and the Coyote changing what it has, right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
You guys know these cars, forged internals, iron block, T56, boosted from the factory, 400, 390, right? Gen 1. Now, okay, we're comparing this to Gen 1, Gen 2s, the price range. Obviously, we're not comparing these to a brand new $50,000, $60,000 Gen 4 with all the
20
bells
years
and whistles.
of technology.
Again, 20 years moving forward. Again, we understand. But we're going to get into that too, the technology, the interior, the drivetrain, the look, the body, everything. We're going to touch on that. So, and then we will give our honest, unbiased opinion, and we would love for your guys' feedback. What do you guys think? Are we crazy at the end of this? Whatever. Comment below and engage. Just we want the engagement. So we ask you, harsh, or not harsh. Just no holding back. This is a channel where you can speak your mind, and we want you to speak your mind.
Yeah.
So moving forward with that, we're gonna start with the motor on the Terminator. So 4-valve, like we said, forged internals, manly, iron block. The thing holds power. It's tried and true, and there's these from 20-something years now touching the 4 digits on horsepower ranges, right?
Yep.
And consistently doing it. With a stick shift car, only real bolt-ons is power adder and essentially fuel, right?
Yeah. My silver car is making close to 850 wheel, unopened long block, stock head studs. Stock motor. And, these were overbuilt by Ford. You guys know the story where they dropped the 2002 Cobra, took it off the market, and they went ham on this thing. Yeah.
So for the 03, the 04, again, this platform, again, is just that. It's the car, I think, that set the precedent for the future cars.
Yep.
Because, you got the 07, 08, 09 Shelby GT500, and then that thing evolved into what it is today. I mean, GT500 is crazy.
Yeah.
It's an awesome car. But this, for being, 20 some odd years old, it's still relevant and still touching and still competing with the cars of today.
Yep.
And I think that's why these things get so much love. And, hey, the price. I think the biggest thing on these that people hate is that it's not a $12,000 car. It's not a $15,000 car.
Yeah.
These are pulling the same number that they rolled off the showroom floor back in 03, 04, if not higher.
Yeah.
There's some low mileage examples, combination, color, whatever, especially the Mystic, the Sonics, Comp Orange.
Yeah.
Pulling in big numbers.
And on the forums, I mean, when a clean one pops up, you know, you've got the trolls that, oh, it's overpriced. You know, the people that can't afford it trash it. But then it sells.
It sells.
They sell. They sell.
They sell every time, and it may not be for that full amount, or
close.
If it's not really close, the car's off the. It's sold in minutes. Yeah. So, and I've seen it 100 times, and again, you're going to get the people who just no matter what about the car, you're going to get the people that troll and hate it. But you know, you can move back and go further. $4,000, $7,000 back in the 60s Shelby GT500 is a 6-figure plus car nowadays.
Yeah,
and those again don't have the technology that the cars do have today, but they're still very relevant. People love them and people buy them. That's supply and demand is also going to play a factor in this, right? So again, these are pulling those new car numbers because they're getting harder to come by. People are catching on to them, and the generation that wanted them, my generation, when I was in 2003, I was 19, 20. I couldn't afford that car.
Yeah,
I can today. That generation's coming up and they're buying them.
Yeah,
at all costs. You know,
sometimes two.
Sometimes you end up with two. You know,
yeah.
But so again, price range. We're trying to stay in that. In our opinion, that Gen 1, Gen 2 Coyote is probably a little closer to this than the 3 and the 3 and the Gen 4.
Yeah, I mean, so you could probably pick up a used like 17, 18 for close to what you're going to pay for one of these in good condition.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
As far as the motor, the Gen 2 Coyote has a higher compression. It's got more technology, variable cam timing, you know. So it'll make good power. I think the Terminator, unopened, that motor could handle more than a Gen 2 Coyote.
This one here, sure.
Gen 3 Coyote, no. Twin turbo, they'll make 1,000 horsepower with oil pump gears.
Yeah.
You know, even without that, there's guys doing, you know, close to 4 digits stock. So it can be done. I think a thing too, a lot of people don't realize is that we're not in 2006 anymore with 2.2 Kenny Bells and pump gas.
No.
We've got Gen 5 Whipples now on E85. You know, people used to think the ceiling on these was 600. It's not even close.
No, it's...
You know, and you still have the people on the forum that, oh, you're going to blow it up making 800. No, there's dozens and dozens and dozens and hundreds of these making over 800 wheel on stock motor.
My red car has been 8.7. Right now it's 820, so in between that 7 and 820 range for more than 8 years.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't beat it every time I get in it, but that car has been pushed to its limit.
Yeah. So I think the edge on the drivetrain, on the motor itself, has to go to the Terminator against the Gen 2 Coyote. Stock for stock.
Stock for stock.
Absolutely. Yeah. And to the trans, I had a 2012 Coyote with a Paxton, multiple transmissions in it. The MT82 is garbage, in my opinion. Even built, it's still not as good as a T56.
No.
I had 3 in my car, built, not built, different clutches. It was constantly broken. The T56, I think, is one of the best manual transmissions made. Came in the Corvette, the Camaro, the Firebird, the GTO,
the Viper,
the Terminator. It's hard to beat it.
People put the T56s in the, the older Skylines, the R34, the R32s, 33s.
Yeah.
They
LS
tranny swap them. Yeah, I mean
RX-7s. Yeah.
This transmission that these cars come with is again
strong.
The manual transmission, that's the one to have, right?
Yeah.
Now the 10R80, fantastic, phenomenal auto. That thing is. I mean, everything's going to have its problems. I know there's horror stories out there about them. I have them in my pickup truck. I have that one in my pickup truck. I love it. The thing just boom, 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 goes through the gears. But that thing's throwing out hella power. That people are throwing a lot of power at them, not built, and they're holding up 1,000, 900, 800 horse. So, but again, that's the automatic side of it. But in this here, the T56 again over the MT82, and you're speaking to a guy who I've never owned a Coyote. He's built it. and he went through the troubles of demolishing the MT82.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy that they had this lurking in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And
chose that.
They
I'm
chose
sure it was far cheaper and availability and whatever else they decided to make that poor decision. But that transmission is garbage in my opinion, and most people that have it will say the same thing.
And I think, Keith, if you're watching this, you'll probably agree with us. You know, he's got the Coyote car. He's got a built Gen 2 Coyote in his, I think it's a 12 maybe? I think it's a 12.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pushing, well into the 4 digits, I think 11, 12, or somewhere around there. But he went with that upgraded MT82, the built one, I can't remember what it's called, because of them. They're just not, they're not relevant like this thing is, which is crazy because this is the older one, right? So,
rear end, IRS versus solid axle. I think the properly built IRS, like my car has, can do anything a solid axle can do and then some. I like the driving feel of the IRS versus the solid axle.
Yeah.
It's more enjoyable in my opinion.
Yeah.
You're more connected to the car. So I think the rear end has to go to the Terminator.
Sure. Built. Stock for stock.
If you're going to be drag racing the car,
probably
Coyote.
The Coyote. So, the Coyote, and if you're just going to go stock form, I'd say that 8.8 solid rear is going to take it. If you put the dollars into these, I mean, how much were your G-force axles?
$2,500.
$25. I mean, you have to put money into these for that to kind of be relevant to the Coyote.
I probably have $5,000 in the IRS.
Yeah. So, and not a lot of people just have, and a lot of people straight axle swap these. Because
which ruins it in my opinion, but
again, I'm not. That's like LS swapping a Mustang. That's not my thing. If you were into that, hey, whatever.
And the ones that are solid axle swap, they don't sell, and if they do, whoever buys them generally takes it, puts the
IRS back into it. It's a catch-22 with that. Right. So I love the drivability of the IRS. Now I've had a lot of straight axle Fox body cars. 410, 411, 373, whatever, rear ends in those cars. To me, this is a funner street build. I think for the driving experience, the IRS has it. Because it's corner car. It's fun.
Interior. I mean, I love the interior on the Terminator.
I think this can go both ways, but
the simplicity of it. I still have the stock radio in both of my cars. Use a Bluetooth transmitter. The silver car has the Mach 1000, which sounds awesome. My 12's interior felt just as cheap and as low end as the Terminator interior felt. Then you get into the new stuff, which has screens for days, which I also don't care for.
This long?
Yeah. I don't want to get into my muscle car.
Correct.
And have it like a,
But, sure, I'm going to agree and disagree because I think that's where we're at. Me, if I was to want to daily drive a Mustang, a 10R80 Gen 4 with all the bells and whistles inside.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, touchscreen. The screen across the front of it's like this big. I mean, I like that the car is trying to be relevant with some of the European cars, which we'll touch on that in a little bit too, because it's coming with a lot of technology and the drivability of that on a daily side. Again, I think you just wouldn't expect that out of a Mustang because if you're going back old like these, again, I'm with you on this. I love the simplicity. I like when you look in this car, the thing that catches your eyes the most is the seats. I love the seats in these things. The dashboard is, again, it's cheap. The center console's cheap. The radio's kind of ugly, but I like that. Again, I'm from like that generation of the Fox body stuff where I don't think you can get any more generic than a Fox body interior.
Yeah.
And then moving into the new edge stuff, I like that, when I get in my car to drive it and to just get on the road and bang through some gears, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want the distraction because I like to focus on the drivability of the car.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of it, again, if I was to daily a car, I do want some, some options. I do want to have, the creature comforts. That's one thing I like about the truck is it's just I throw it in drive and I go. I have the touchscreen radio. It's all Bluetooth everything, and it's nice
for sure.
But I like stepping away from that and
having these
driving the car.
Yeah.
So, and again, I've been in enough Coyotes to know that I think if you're going to compare the interiors, they're like you said, they're both kind of cheap,
kind of a wash. I think,
but that's how these companies also, like every company does it. I mean, it's a cost thing, I mean,
unless you're getting a 14 with the Recaro track pack, I think the interior goes to the Terminator just for, like you said, the seats.
Yeah.
The base model and even the GT premium seats are garbage.
Yeah. Now,
especially the cloth. I had the cloth in my car and they were awful. It was like V6 seats.
But I do know, Keith comment, if you guys see my brother on there, I think under PSI, his name is Tag. I think he bought a GT Coyote and it came with factory Recaro seats.
Yeah, the track pack.
The track pack.
You
You're spending a little more. You're getting the brakes.
You get the Recaros.
Yeah.
It was only in 13, 14, I believe. I don't think you could get. I could be wrong. I don't think.
But those were nice seats. I did like those.
I might be wrong on that. You might have been able to get it in 11, 12, the Recaros, but either way, my car had the base cloth, and they were horrible, awful.
But again, we're still comparing that mid $20,000 to $30,000 car. So I don't know. Again, I'm not that familiar with the Coyotes. To what is a track pack Coyote pulling compared to
like a 13, 14,
like a base model? Like I don't know I don't know the price difference. Is it $2-3 grand more? On the resale side, not really. I'm not really judging it by dealership prices because I mean they can pretty much go wherever they want on the price of the dealer. But
I'd say they're probably close to these in price, maybe a little bit cheaper. Get actually probably less now. The 11s to 14s did drop their value.
Yeah.
It's a dime a dozen car with no exclusivity like like these have. So as far as value and appreciation and holding, you're never going to lose with the Terminator. You're going to lose with the Coyote. They've mass produced that. Would they make 13,000 something of these?
13, yeah.
And there's probably 10 left on the road, maybe less. And
10,000 on 10 total.
10,000 less. And I think the value is only going to continue to go up on these as the Coyote, even the track pack cars and everything else will continue to drop because it's not a rare car.
It's not rare.
It was a multi-year run vehicle.
Again, not that you're buying a car to resell.
Right.
Not saying that. But if you're buying a car that if you're in that say 20 to lower 30s, mid $30,000 range. If you're gonna buy a car, spend the money on that. But you have an escape plan at some point. It to me goes to the Terminator all day long because these do hold their value. And again, you're buying on that rarer side of the platform. So we have to give another W to the new Edge.
I think the exterior.
Oh, hands down.
Terminator all day.
I mean, the hood, the mirrors, the front bumper, the wheels, the factory wheels. I mean, the 17s, I think this should have been an 18-wheel car. You do have some really nice factory Coyote wheels. There's a couple of them that off the top of my head I like.
The track pack wheels.
The track pack wheels look really good.
Yeah.
So you didn't really get much option. You had chrome, or you had satin finish in a 17, and that's it. So
they wanted to put 18s on these cars. They would have had to retool the line to do it. So they didn't.
Which is interesting too that the 18s were an option for this, but going back on the line, the assembly line, they would have had to make some changes, and that would have obviously affected their profit, so they didn't do it. Or it would have had to increase the car to a certain amount that was not attainable for the majority of the public. So whether it was a couple $1,000 difference, who knows? But just the general styling, you get the iconic hood, the front bumper, the spoiler,
just
the back end. It's just
wide.
It's a good looking car, and then touching on that, I like that these aren't as big.
Yeah.
As the Coyote.
Yeah. The new ones are huge. They're the size of a Challenger or bigger.
And it's a two-door car.
It's a two-door car. And park next to one of these, it's like,
it looks like it's 3-4 feet longer.
It's huge.
I'm not sure that exactly.
It's probably a good 2 feet.
It looks like a much bigger car compared to, and again, if you got a sports car, like, you know, to me, a sports car is a Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that thing, you could fit 4 of them in a 2-car garage, you know?
Yeah. Right.
It's a driver's car. You're tight. Everything's right here. Everything is close.
Mm-hmm.
The dashboard's right in your face. When I sit in a Coyote, I'm just like, I feel like, gosh, just big.
My car, my car was sterling gray. It was 2012. I had track pack wheels on it. I had a saline front bumper on it. GT500 spoiler. I did a lot because I didn't care for the factory look of it. I don't like the way the front bumper comes to the point on the 12s. Mm-hmm. The hood was kind of meh, you know?
Yeah.
I think the 1314 is probably the best looking, in my opinion, the best looking Coyote car they've made.
Yeah.
A 14 and, you know, sterling gray. Is that with track pack wheels?
Is that the one that had the nicer tail?
It had the LED tail lights, you know, LED headlights and fog lights. The hood had the vents on it.
Yeah.
That's a good, in my opinion, the best looking out of all of them.
Yeah. And the Coyote side.
The Coyote side. I don't care for the 15s and up. I think they're too European looking. You kind of lose the Mustang in there a little bit, in my opinion.
I feel like it throws a vibe of, I guess this is me, Maserati, Jaguar.
Yeah.
Kind of thrown
Especially
together.
the new stuff.
But I do like it. I'm not. It's like, it's not my favorite, but I do like it. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I think what the Mustang is doing is awesome. But, you know, I mean, but these are, they ended Fox Body in 93. So 99. So, you know, you're talking 6 years, right? The change between a Fox Body and a New Edge.
Yeah.
Silly.
Mm-hmm.
So they do that. They go through these changes with the cars, and, you know, I was never a New Edge guy. I've always liked the Terminator. Owning them and having them, I completely changed. Like, to me, the Fox Body is my first love, but I think my number one right now is the New Edge cars.
Mm-hmm.
I like the bulkiness of it. Mm-hmm. It's just compressed and bulky.
Yeah,
and I like that.
It's like a menacing stance to it.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. So yeah, and then the 15, I had went and looked at the 15 right when they came out. It was a magnetic metallic, and I sat in it and kind of was back and forth on buying it and decided not to.
Right.
And the guys at the dealership were kind of surprised that I wasn't interested in it, but it just wasn't. It's just not my thing. I don't care for the styling that much, and I like the look of these and the 13, 14 more. So I think the exterior's definitely got to go to the Terminator.
And again, we'll come across bias. I know it.
That's fine.
But it's a discussion, and you know, we want you guys to engage in that discussion and, you know, create like your opinion, and tell us why you agree or disagree with that. Because
I think if you're looking for bang for the buck, to go fast, cheap, probably if you're going to do a newer platform, would probably be a 2011 or 12 Coyote.
Yeah, all day. You know,
you can get them significantly cheaper than you can get one of these.
Right.
Boost it, make the same power.
Being that comfortable 6 to 7, 750, probably safe side there. I mean, what do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, my car was making 7. Stock motor.
The motor was fine. Again, you'll have your issues with the transmission.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Get one with a 6R80 in it, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But bang for the buck, we'll give it to the Coyote all day long.
Yeah.
Because that Coyote platform is a solid contender. That it's like everything gets Coyote swapped. You know, the older F100s, you know, people Coyote swapping the SN cars. I've seen a couple builds where the Coyote swapped the like the '67 Lincoln Continental. You know, that'd be a solid driver. Where because you can get that a lot cheaper than you can. Yeah, scoop up one of these and you can build them and boost them and have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So you know, on the saving side of it, 100% give that to the Coyote for sure.
It's interesting. You see a lot of guys on Facebook and on the forums go from the Terminator to the Coyote back to the Terminator.
Yeah.
Quite often, it seems like.
Even the Shelby. How many guys have you guys seen on the forums, on Facebook, whatever, on Instagram? Hey, looking to get back into a Terminator. Shelby's up for sale. The Coyote's up for sale.
Like a GT350.
Yeah.
Well, they're slow.
I
mean,
it is what it is.
It's not a fast car. It's a driver's car.
Yeah.
More geared toward the driving experience. I feel like the handling, around this, autocross style.
Yeah.
It's an NA. It's just not, and I know they had a lot of problems with those early motors.
Was it the first 1 or 2 years?
Yeah.
They did have issues.
I mean, one of our friends was looking at them. He was looking at that. Nate was looking at that, a Z06. He went and test drove a Twister Orange GT350 and told us in the group chat, it's a fun car, but it's slow.
It's slow, yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, like I said,
and he ended up with a Comp Orange.
He ended up with a Comp Orange project.
Yeah. And he went from a really clean Sonic Blue Cobra.
Yeah.
Silly, I don't know. Nate, I don't know.
What were you doing?
What were you doing, dude? I like the
Comp Orange is cool. It's a nice car.
He had the Sonic Blue, the CCWs, the Gen 5 Whipple,
Gen
cams,
4,
Gen 4, was it 4 or 5?
It was a 2.9 Gen 4.
It was a 2.9? I thought you had the 3. Oh, okay. Cammed. It was a really nice car. And
Sweet.
He went back and decided, you know what, I'm going to pull my hair out every night and buy a project.
So I think the moral of this is if you're going to get one, get both. Get a Terminator and a Coyote.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
I'm a fan of having...
They're both great platforms.
Yes.
I think it really comes down to a personal choice and what you want to do with the car. I spend more time probably cleaning mine than I do driving them.
Sure.
I like to look at them in the garage. It was my dream car going into high school, like we've talked about. And this is it for me, I do love the 14s, though.
Yeah.
So maybe eventually.
There's something, too, coming out in your garage, leaving for work in the morning, and it's like, all right, that's why I go to work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to work today. I'm gonna be okay because it feeds our addiction.
The passion.
It feeds our passion, our addiction, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And we go clock in, clock out, and come home, and
they're still here.
They're still here. And we whatever that is for you, give that your motivation. Let that be. I used to just window shop all the time because I was like younger, single dad, 2 kids, child support. I was like, I'm never getting back in a Mustang. It's not. I can't even fathom the fact that I'd be able to afford one. Now I have 2. The Red Fire 3.4 Whipple car, cammed. I get in and I'm like, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I have the old Princess on the other side of it that's just bone stock.
The Grandpa Cobra.
The Grandpa Cobra.
As one of our buddies calls it.
Yeah, the Grandpa Cobra. That's just like, you look at it and you're like, man, this is worth it,
That's what I like about this car. It's kind of still going to be like that for the most part,
This is going to be a fun car.
Yeah.
The mineral car that I got is very, you're like, oh, wow, this was impressive back then,
Yeah. I think
it's still fun. No, they're fun. But you get in one of these just pulley swapping it.
Yeah. I've never, I don't know that I've ever driven a pulley Cobra.
Oh, you will. I mean, we're going to pulley swap this.
It's been either Kenny Bell or Whipple cars always.
Always. But I think what's going to be cool is...
I don't know that I've ever been in a pulley Cobra.
You were never in my silver car, right?
No, I don't think I've ever been. It's been Whipple, Kenny Bell cars.
Yeah. Because that's what people do. They buy them and immediately take off the Eaton. Yeah. And then I think the first thing we all say is, oh, man, I missed that screen.
Yeah. Well, this will get the billet flow.
Yeah.
276 eventually.
This thing's coming out. This is turning out to be a really nice car, man. Yeah. I'm happy for it.
Do we? I don't know. We had it.
Wait. All right. We had I hate to do it.
We got the stuff back from paint.
You can see the car. I think you can see it behind us. I'm not even sure.
And the paint guy absolutely
nailed it.
Killed it.
The paint, the hood's done. The bumpers it's all back together. When we shot a video yesterday, start to finish, on putting this thing back together, and we have to redo it simply because we pulled it in the garage when we were done, and we're like,
it doesn't match.
Oh no, the paint doesn't match, and we found a little secret that we're going to tune you in on. But just real quick, hood's on, bumpers on, mirrors are on, my deck lid's on my car, and it's all coming back off. It's all going to paint because
there's 4 variations
of red fire. And we got the information within 12 hours from a very reputable source that has essentially gave us the Iggy that, hey, when they were painting these cars from the factory, they changed suppliers 4 times in the middle of painting these cars. So there's like 4 different variations of red fire. And when I dropped off, you can't see, maybe you can see it. No, you can't. It's too far back. We took off the gas tank door, took it to my painter, and we're like, look, it has to be this color. And when I was there, this is before I talked to him, and he let me in on that little secret about everything changing at the factory. He said, hey man, look, I have 4 spray outs, like professional spray outs that the paint shops are given so they can match it up. And he's like, let's match this up here. So we took the door, I matched it up with him, and he had 4, and come back here, and then you tell me there's 4, and I'm like, but my guy didn't mix the paint. He went to a paint supplier and said, hey, I need G2. The paint supplier goes, I got you, mixes the G2 and sends it to him. He might not even know, I don't know. But
I doubt he did, yeah.
It said, he showed me in the computer, because now we're doing a little investigation. It said standard, light, dark, and I can't remember what the 4th one said. And we ended up picking the dark. Now, the
color looks almost copper next to the actual red fire on the car, and it's a shame because the paintwork is impeccable. The finish, the actual quality of the job is show quality, Meekum quality paint, in my opinion. It's unbelievably finished.
I mean,
it hurts me to know that we have to take it all back off and have it redone. But I cannot have mismatched panels.
It's too big. It's too much of the car. I mean, it's a third of the car that essentially is not matching. You know, the hood is a huge section of it. So realistically, half of the front, you got a bumper, a hood, and 2 fenders. 2 out of the 4 pieces, and they're big, don't match.
Yeah.
And
it's not an issue with
you might be able to see a little bit here. It has that copper look to it.
Yeah.
But it looks nice.
Yeah.
It looks great. So,
and it's not an issue with my paint on the car.
No.
It's the same issue on his car, on Chris's car. It's just the wrong shade of red fire.
Because I did remember when we first got the car, I paint corrected a 12 by 12 section, and that paint is not damaged. It's not faded.
No. It's garage kept.
But the other effect is opposite. The color on the car, the original color, is darker than the fresh. We could have that say, oh, hey, it's an issue with the age.
Yeah.
If the color was on the car is lighter than the newer stuff.
Right.
You could probably almost say that, but that's not. It's flip-flop. So we'll address that. But
that'll be a video of its own. But so yeah.
Anyways, get back into it. You know, if you can afford having multiple platforms and then you can jump seat to seat to seat, by all means. Like, I mean, I think that's everybody's goal. Like,
that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it, you know?
Yeah. I want a 14 GT500, a 14 GT.
You have a 14 GT and a GT500?
Yeah. Eventually.
I would just pick one or the other. All right.
2 different platforms. Trinity versus Coyote.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I'll give you that.
It's a different car.
That's a lot of money, though, just sitting around.
A little bit at a time.
But
we're rich firemen, right?
Oh, really? Thanks, Steve. Who goes and buys 2 brand new Teslas?
Yeah. No. Eventually, I would like to get a 14 GT500.
Yeah, I think that's Sean's car.
I think of Sean's car, and I'm like, yeah, I need that.
Sean's car is
the pinnacle of 14 GT500.
Yes, and he went. That's his. That's his first Ford.
Yeah,
he's
a GM guy.
His first Ford. Period.
Sent it.
He went deep. He went and bought the GT500.
Yeah.
In the correct blue
with white stripes.
With the blue. I mean, it's a beautiful car. And
we'll have that car on the channel for a full introduction interview with him.
That's coming up. Yeah. We're working on that. We're all 3 firemen.
Yeah. Sean too.
Yep. Sean as well. All on 3 different shifts.
Yeah.
So that's kind of.
There isn't a time when all 3 of us are off unless I'm on my Kelly day, which is my day off.
Yeah.
And when that is rare.
So we're going to get him on it more. We just that's more of a timing issue than anything. But it does happen. We do have it does happen. We will make it work. We have a really awesome. I keep saying I've probably said it a dozen times. In our area of where we live, there is more than a dozen of us just at an arm's reach, and we're lucky to have that because we can just when we all do get together, it's fun, and
network of friends help work on things, parts, people helping each other out. It's a good group of guys we got over here.
You were literally looking for the lower pulley?
Yeah, my buddy. No, I was looking for the belt tensioner.
The belt tensioner, yeah.
Pulley. My buddy had one. He's got it over to me.
And he and that's in our little text chat, our private little group that is all basically the Terminator guys, and we all help each other out. Like Derek's in there. One of the guys, I believe, said he has a factory clutch cable for him.
Yeah.
So again, we all band together, and it's nice to have that.
So yeah. Well, I think to wrap it up, I think you can't go wrong with either car.
You cannot go wrong. Again, cannot go wrong with
the Coyote's a great platform. No. It has the potential to make awesome power. The Terminator's proven what it's capable of.
Yep.
It's proven that it's going to hold its value. Possibly, increase as time. It will increase as time goes on.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think owning either one is the wrong way to go.
No, and again, you're in. If you have one, you have great bones. Build on it. Stick to it. I hate when I see cars get done and then they're shipped.
Yeah, we know people that do that. They build it and then send it.
Send it away.
Yeah,
hey,
Steve.
Hey, I just put a brand new supercharger on 3 miles ago.
Hey, I had my brake calipers coated and the blower paint matched, and the car sold.
Sold. Bye. So, Steve. But anyways, guys,
we just miss you hanging out with us.
Yeah, we do. You're not allowed to hang out if you pull up a Tesla. It's not happening.
Hey, don't say that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But we're combustion guys here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sorry, it is what it is. But guys, it's Chris, it's Ryan, it's SVT Garage. Comment below. Let us know what you thought. We will come up with another topic for Pod 3.
I think I already have one.
All right. Well,
2-valve talk.
I like that. I think 2 valves are fantastic. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Guys, just let us know what you think. Again, we're trying here. We appreciate everybody's feedback. The channel, like I keep saying, it's growing, it's moving. We have some really awesome plans that we want to start really working on because we see a potential, and it's because of you guys. So thank you. If you can, subscribe, whatever you guys are going to do, we appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one.
Going to turn some wrenches.
We actually have to start turning wrenches on this right now.
Right now.
We're about to get sweaty and hot.
Let's do it.
All right. We'll catch you guys in the next one. It's SVT Garage.